Welcome to the channel. In this episode, we're going to be talking about something so basic and something that every car owner and driver should know how to do, but a lot of people don't, is changing a tire. I still get some people that message me and pull me aside and tell me that they don't know how to do it and they don't even know how to go about doing it. So let's get to it. This is how you change a tire. So first of all, we need to locate the spare tire if you have a flat tire, or if you're just taking the tire off to do brakes or just an inspection of some sort. Your vehicle should be equipped with a jack, which is right here, and a lug wrench of some sort to break them loose and take the lug nuts off, which is right here. I also have two for some reason. So we're going to pull all this out and we'll hook it up under the car. The first thing is to locate the two lifting points. This is a 2006 Volvo S60, and there's one here for the front and one here for the back, and that's where our jack is going to hook into. Next, before we put the jack in place, so we're going to make sure that it expands, these lug nuts loose. There's 5 of them all together. If you jack up the car without doing that, it's impossible to get them off. So we're going to use the weight of the car to hold it steady. We're going to break all these loose by putting them all the way in firmly and using our body weight to crack them loose. We'll do all 5 of them. One of them is always going to be harder than the rest, but that's okay. Just give them a tug, make sure they're all nice and loose. If they turn loose here, they'll turn loose when it's up in the air. Okay. Now, we're going to find our lift point. I believe it's right here. Put our jack into it. And we're going to lift it up. You can never get it to go that way. And all jacks are different for makes and models, but this is the one for Volvo. It seems to defy gravity a little bit. But it'll hook right in. Should hook right in. There we go. It's there. Sometimes you gotta eyeball it a little bit. There you go. Some creative twisting. Alright. And once you get to this point, something also to keep in mind is the vehicle can roll when you lift it. So either put it in, make sure you're in park, or if it's a manual, in gear, parking brake on. And it's also recommended to block the wheels. But at this point we have it's in gear and the parking brake is set, so we are clear to go. We'll crank it up until the wheel comes off the ground, which can take a few minutes. Long ways. So there's a couple ways you can do this too. If you use the lug wrench, it has a socket on it, which is perfect for your car. You spin them out by hand, which does take a long time, especially when you're outside in the weather or the sun's starting to go down. The other option is power tools. I think we're gonna, just for demonstration purposes, use that. Bust all these lug nuts right out like that. We'll collect all of these so we don't lose them. Very important not to lose those. Move that one out of there. All right. And then the wheel comes off. And that is removing a tire. Now the opposite is installing a tire, which is just as critical. One thing about putting the wheels on, when you finally do get it on, and get your holes lined up, if you start a bolt at the very bottom, it'll hold the wheel from tipping out, and it makes it a little bit easier to get the rest of the lug nuts in. A little pro tip. And we'll continue to install the rest of them. like to get them on as far as I can by hand. If we were on the side of the road, it's nice to have a socket, but you can use the lug wrench also. There we go, it's all the way on the ground. Now we're going to do the final tightening. This is a 5 lug pattern, so to make a star pattern. We'll go the right way. 1, 2. Here. 1, 2, 3. 4. We'll check everything, make sure we're hitting them all. And the other thing I always bring is a torque wrench. This is to make sure the wheels are torqued down properly. When it clicks, that's the proper torque. But if you're on the road, you just get it as tight as you can and get yourself to safety. And that's pretty much it. And after you get it all torqued on and your wheel on and your lug nuts tight, it's a good idea to drive about a mile or two, then get out and double check them again just to make sure they're safe. Nobody wants a wheel to come off. Well, there it is, guys. So if you have any questions, please send me a message, and see you next time.